welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are not subscribed, this is Joyce Bernice TV. Today's video is going to be about what's going on in my life right now. Like, what am I doing? Where am I at? All the good stuff, all the tea that everybody wants to know, always in my business. This is all the tea. This is the video that you guys have been waiting for. Before we get into the tea, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help your sister out. So today, I'm gonna do my makeup. I have to be somewhere at like 5 o'clock, and it's 3:29 right now. But I have a guest. This is my first video with a guest, so it's so exciting. My roommate. Everybody give her a round of applause.
I'm not ready.
Make some noise, y'all. What the fuck? We're gonna be doing our makeup because we're gonna go take pictures somewhere, and yeah, we're just doing our makeup together, and you guys better enjoy it. So for those of you guys who don't know, I am currently in Barcelona, Spain, studying abroad right now. You're supposed to be doing something. Like, why are you just looking at the camera?
I'm so sorry.
For those of you guys who don't know, I'm currently in Barcelona, Spain right now, studying abroad for my first semester junior year. I'm an international studies major on the pre-law track, but I decided to come out here just to make my Spanish a little bit better. I've been taking Spanish for like ever. Like, I've been taking Spanish since I was in 7th grade, and I was kind of not fluent, but I was kind of proficient up until like the last year, and I was just like, okay, like, I'm finally gonna go study abroad. I should do that. So here I am.
I'm also a junior. This is my first semester as a junior. I live in Kansas City, and we are staying in Barcelona together.
She's my roommate. Yeah, she's. I already know. I already mentioned that she was my roommate, but she's my roommate, and then I have 2 other roommates. But whether our other roommates moved out, so it's only 3 of us in the house now. If you guys want a story time on that, just let me know.
Like this video.
Because we have tea. We could do like a mukbang for that.
Majoring in sociology. And yeah, my parents are fluent in Spanish. I want to learn Spanish. I did 4 years of Spanish. I was in Spanish Honor Society. Why do I not know Spanish yet? I don't know.
You were in Spanish Honor Society?
That's why, yes. So that's why I'm here to learn.
Nice. So we've been in Spain for about a little bit over a month now. I got here September 3rd. I think Bree got here around the same time too. So basically throughout this video, I'm going to bring up different subjects on like how life is different from the United States and Spain. And we're just gonna kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of what's going on over here and how we are adapting to what's going on over here. Time differences. The States, or at least where I stay in Atlanta, you guys know that. It's 6 hours difference from Barcelona. So whenever it's like 12 over here, it's 6 p.m. over there. So that's something that I've also had to adjust to, because a lot of my friends and a lot of my family that I have to talk to, I have to make sure that I'm, you know, like reaching out at a specific time. And it's really been something that I didn't think that I was gonna like have a hard time dealing with, but it makes me feel like, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel more alone. I know I'm dealing with this alone. Like, I decided to move here by myself, yeah, but I don't know, like the time difference isn't something that I thought would affect me as much, but it did.
Time difference doesn't really affect me, but it is just very confusing when you're trying to talk to people in different time zones.
Yeah. Because
for me, mine is, for Central Time, it's 7 hours behind. For Mountain, it's 8 hours.
Oh my
so
God.
It's just a little confusing.
Yeah. And then I noticed that the work-home balance here is way more relaxed. Like, I've been working for a minute since I was like a teenager, so I feel like I have a pretty good like scope of what happens in, you know, like the working world, 8-hour shifts, 6-hour shifts, how breaks work, how people like integrate that into like their home schedule and how much time they have with their family and stuff. And I feel like in America, it's just a lot like go. Like, it's always on the move. You always have to like work. And we're so used to that. We're so used to that mindset. But coming out here has also put my life into perspective too, because even their work days are set up different.
9 to 1, 9
Oh, 9
a.m.
to 1.
to 13, and then they take a break, and then they come back to work from 4 or 16 to 6 p.m. or 18.
So there's a thing here called siesta, which is like a period of time during the day where nobody works, and I think that's from what, 2 to 4, right? 2 to 4 o'clock. And
No, oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
2 to 4, yeah.
Sure.
Because I don't have class during 2 to 4, and I think the school that I go to respects siesta, but not everywhere respects it. But that also was kind of weird to me because I like to take my classes all at the same time so that I have the rest of the day free. Like, I don't like to go to class, have a 2-hour break, then go back, because between that 2-hour gap, it allows me time for like sleep, or like just not to decide that I don't want to go to school again, and I just feel like that's just not the best for me.
Another thing that threw me off is how late they have their dinners. They have it at like 8, and I'm used to having dinner at like 5.
Really? 5 is not early. 5 is early.
Yeah, like 5:30.
Okay, 5 is still early. 5 is
5
like almost lunch. Lunch is like, for me, if I do eat lunch, it's probably gonna be like anywhere between 1 and like 4. So dinner being 5 would be too close to lunch. I think dinner is like 8, and they're used to having dinner here at like later, like
9 or 10 or so.
Yeah, 10, and that's like 10 is like bedtime. Eyebrows on fleek. Another culture shock for me here. Dun dun. You cannot just go out the house looking any type of way.
They don't wear sweats here.
They don't wear sweats. They
In
don't wear
public.
bonnets. Lounge here. You can't go outside wearing any type of thing because people will literally subconsciously just judge you. Like, and that's another thing. You might think like, how do you know people are judging you here? They stare. They stare like crazy. Like, that's something I had a problem with when I first got here, the staring, because in America, like, if somebody stares at you, like, what's up, why are you staring at me, what is on my body?
I also think something surprising, shocking, was how people would stare at us when we were in the street. And it could have been because of how we were presenting ourselves. I think here, since so many people are just Spaniard and there aren't as many international people or immigrants than there are in the States, it's very easy to pick an American out of the crowd. And I think because of that, you get this, I mean, for the most part, I've had people from Spain be fairly nice to me, but there have been other times where you receive different treatment because they can tell that you're not from here.
In other words, they don't see black people. They don't see black people over here, y'all. I should have researched that before I came. They don't see black people as often. So when they see me, it just is like a culture shock for them because they don't see black people. And when they do see black people, it's only the immigrants that migrated through the Mediterranean Sea. So most of those immigrants, when they come here, they're really poor. They end up selling stuff on the side of the street and stuff. It's not something that they see like common. I'm not even middle class.
They're not like acculturated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even middle class. I don't want to say I'm middle class, but me and my other roommate were having this discussion where we were talking about how they see us doing the same things that they do day to day, and they're not used to black people doing that. So when they see it, it's really like such a culture shock to them that they can't help but stare to try to figure out what's going on. And the only thing that they can decipher from what is going on in their head is that, oh, that person's American or that person's from somewhere else. So if I haven't like encountered rude behavior somewhere, it's either them like just pitting nationalities on me. Like, I've gotten Dominican, I've gotten French, like literally, and luckily I speak French, so I guess that works to my advantage. But I've literally went somewhere or to a club with some of my like friends, and the bouncer just started speaking French to me, and I'm like, how does he know? How does he know I speak French? Because he's not assuming that I'm from Spain, and that's really weird. Like, I've never been in a position where, like, I'm from Atlanta. Everybody knows how Atlanta is, and if you don't know how Atlanta is, it's predominantly black, and outside Atlanta is like Georgia, and you'll still see black people, even if they're country folk, but you'll still see black people. So I've never been in a space where black people are just not expected of, so it's been kind of like hard navigating my way into that. But for the most part, it's not anything like too bad to the point where like I'm like, oh, I want to leave, I want to go. I'm not letting it hinder my perception of Barcelona, like, or Spain. But it's just something interesting. Even like school wise, like when we go to school through the same program, but our program has us going to different schools. So she goes to
UIB, Autonomous University of Barcelona.
and I go to UPF, Universidad Pompeu Fabra. I also take classes at my program, and what I've noticed that all my classes that I've taken, all of the histories and stuff consist of Spanish history dub, but no black people are in it, which is also very, very, very odd because Spain is a country that is older than the United States. And it makes me feel like the United States kind of gives us bits and pieces of black history, but then when you go into perspective and you go worldwide to countries in Europe, they're not teaching black history, period. Because I doubt that there's no black people who have made an impact in Spain, France, or England, but they choose to exclude it from history. Also, they exclude colonialism from their history. All the countries that they had colonized in Latin America and stuff, they don't teach about in class, which is very interesting because they're so like, my history, my history, my history, but they don't teach all of it. So it's kind of very, very, very
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
They'll talk about the States, they'll talk about
Yeah.
Britain, they'll talk about France.
But they don't talk about the countries that they colonized in the Caribbean and Africa and Latin America. What about y'all's faults? Like, I'm realizing that everywhere, or every time I learn about Spanish history, it's always about Spain or parts of Spain being the victim of colonialism. But it's never talking about Spain being the colonizer, which is very odd in my opinion, but I digress. I'm going to be out for a while, so we're going to use NARS today, long lasting. This is the reflective one, I think, but I'm not sure because I don't have the box. Oh, it's the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Igaku. But anyways.
Club close at 5 a.m. and then they offer brunch at 6 a.m.
Like, isn't that so crazy? Isn't that so insane?
Don't you have a job to get to?
I just feel like nightlife here is very overhyped. Have y'all ever heard a song, I Took a Pill in Ibiza? That's what the nightlife here gives. Like, they party, but I wouldn't say that it's my cup of tea. It's definitely not like any of the clubs I've ever been to, but like I said, again, I'm not really used to these type of spaces, so it takes a while for me to accustom. Or not a while, but it just takes some accustoming to, I guess. I don't know, but the clubs here, yeah, they close at 5 a.m. And every time we go to the club, it's not just Spaniards. It's people from all over Europe that come here and party. Like, this is their Miami, literally. Like, they come here and they just let loose. And it's a lot of people from the UK that I've seen. A lot of people from Germany, a lot of people from, I think I've met people from Australia. Like, we've literally met somebody from Australia. We've literally met people from halfway across the globe come to Barcelona and party. So that's something I did not know about Barcelona before I came. I did not know that it was a party spot. I thought more Madrid and Ibiza. And when I was making my decision, I was like, hey, like me and my roommates probably will want to go to Ibiza and Madrid at one point. So, you know. But I've come to the point where, like, clubbing is cool, but I just don't enjoy clubbing here that much for me to be going frequently. And when we first got here, we were clubbing a lot, and I think that's because we were like really close to, like, not really close, but we were closer to everybody within our program. So whenever they would propose somewhere to go, they'd already have a list on like where to go and stuff. Whatever they would propose, I just go with them because, you know, I don't know much about Barcelona. So wherever you guys are going, shit, I'll go too.
It's also just really exciting to be somewhere new.
Yeah,
You know, have like so many other like different clubs. Like there's like also like speakeasies and just lots of things that you normally wouldn't see in your hometown.
Yeah, because we got excited too fast, we literally went out the night we got here, which was also a very crazy experience with a lot of crazy British men. But I feel like we got excited too fast and we ended up getting sick really quickly because European clubs are different. Let me start there. European clubs consist a lot of like touching. A lot of kissing is normalized. Like they just kiss random people in the club, mouth to mouth, all that stuff. Like they're not scared of like herpes or anything. And it's very packed. Like the dance floors, like it's just very packed. Every club that we've been to so far has been super duper packed, and it just makes me kind of uncomfortable because it's like I want to dance, I want to have fun with my friends, and I'm not saying that I want the club to be empty, but I just more so wanted like enough room for us to like vibe. The men are super aggressive and it's super gross, and honestly I can't escape the feeling of feeling like a fetish here because of what we talked about before, how they don't see that many black people. So whenever people come up to me or men come up to me in the club, it just never gave I actually think you're pretty. It's more like I don't see women like you often and I want to fulfill that fetish. That's what it feels like. It might not be that. I'm not saying it's that all the time, but that's just what it feels like. Yeah, as far as that goes. But yeah, the clubs, the really big clubs here are Club Opium, Shoko, Pacha. They're all like beach clubs by the beach, and those are the clubs that close at like 5 and you can see the beach when you get out. And we only went to, well no, I went to 2. I did not go with her, but the first night we went to the Opium, and that club just really gave like, I don't know.
It was tourist, like if you're going to somewhere abroad and you go into a club and they're playing music that you're familiar with, I think honestly that might be like a red flag of like a tourist trap.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely what was playing in the club.
It was definitely songs that the British guys knew, and it was definitely songs we knew. So yeah, and then later on, speaking to more study abroad kids, I started to realize that it kind of felt off that it was like a lot of study abroad kids there, but then there were older people too, like maybe in their 40s and 50s, just kind of scoping out the scene, which was kind of weird. And you know, like we come from America with so many different like mindsets. Like it's so many things that happen in America that don't happen overseas, but we already have that mindset instilled in our head, like guns and crime and stuff like that. So when I see a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in the same club with like teenagers who are coming to study abroad, it makes me think of sex trafficking. Sorry. And I just didn't want to go back there. Shoko wasn't really that bad though. It was more young people, but it was just still very packed. I was going to school one day on the train. It was me and the roommate that used to live with us. We had the same class and we were going to our program, and we got on the train and I sat next to a lady, a white old Spaniard lady, and she got up and moved her seat. And honestly, at first I really didn't think anything of it. It was just like I think the reason why I felt like let me see what I'm trying to say. The reason why I kind of felt like I didn't know how to feel about it in the moment was because the roommate I was with at the moment just told me to ignore it. And although that coping mechanism might work for other people, for me it doesn't. Like I have to acknowledge the situation. I have to see how I feel about it, and then I can forget about it, because if I don't, then it'll come up later. And I just feel like that was just very unnecessary, one, but it was like a depiction of how most people see black people here. And although like I haven't had that like happen so dramatically around me, I've had stares and stuff and like looks when I sit next to people. And honestly, kudos to that lady, because she was just standing up for what she believes in, I guess. So at least she was doing it out loud, because all the other people will be snooty about it and give you weird looks, but it's like I'd rather you just do that instead of like contextualizing that you want me to get the fuck out of here, because I won't. I just thought it was really weird because literally, like I said, I come from Georgia, and you can imagine what goes on in the South, and I just feel like I have never experienced anything of the sort before. Like I have not experienced that much racism to the point where somebody is gonna change their seat because I'm sitting next to them. And if I haven't noticed. Like, maybe me going back to America, when it comes back time to come home, maybe that's gonna make me realize like what kind of racism I face day to day. That's another thing that being here has done for me. It has made me just reevaluate how I see life, how I see being me in the world. And I just really feel like sometimes I take stuff for granted. Like, I feel like I took home for granted. I took Atlanta for granted. I take where I go to school for granted because it's just not like that in the real world. And being in those types of spaces where I can just be me at all times and not have to be unapologetic. I can be unapologetic about it. I don't have to be apologetic about it. Like, it's a blessing in another way or another sense of saying it. And just being here has made me realize. So, would I live here? I don't think I would live here full time, but that's just me talking about Barcelona.
One thing that kind of bothers me is how close the streets are together. There are some pros to it. I feel like it reduces crime, but you don't get a lot of different scenery, and you also don't get a lot of like nature regularly.
Yeah.
You have to seek that on your own.
And I feel like we were talking about this yesterday. I kind of feel like that's like more inner city-ish. Maybe we haven't gotten outside the inner city as much. We did get it outside the inner city a couple weeks ago, and that was really nice and refreshing because it was more scenery. But living in the inner city, like she said, is just a lot of like roads, cars, honking. And although Barcelona is a kind of quieter city, it just gets annoying and repetitive. Every block literally looks the same, and I cannot escape that. Like, it literally pisses me off. People are nice though. That's something I will say.
Yeah, they're pretty forgiving.
Yeah, they're pretty nice here. Like, aside from all the racism that I guess I experienced, they're pretty hospitable. That's the word. Hospitality on 100. But yeah, she's literally done with her makeup, and my makeup is like a 10-step process.
I could do my, when you're almost done, I'll do my mascara.
But okay. But yeah, y'all, Spain has just put my life into perspective. Like, I literally want to write a book when I come back. Like, when I come back, I'm gonna write a book about just, y'all will see, but it's just gonna be a great book about how, we'll see. Literally.
Right.
I want to release this vlog I have for September, of like most of the things that we did we're doing in Spain. But it's kind of hard for me to grasp like doing real life and editing, and I'd just be really tired. But I'm like really working really hard to get that out to you guys, because I kind of want y'all to see, or I really want y'all to see how the day-to-day for us is. Because apart from everything we said, we are having a blast. Like, don't think we're not having a blast. It's just the cons.
You wish we were us.
You wish you were us?
You wish you were us.
Oh yeah, you
but
guys.
we also, as pretty people, struggle too.
Exactly. And I'm trying to tell you the realities of being pretty. Like, y'all are not getting it. But I just feel like, yeah, like once I drop that vlog, you guys get like a better sense of what we do day to day, as far as like school, partying, the crib. Like, I have not even shown y'all the crib yet. This is the bathroom. This is her bathroom actually in the crib. And I just really want y'all to know, like, I'm not complaining about being here. I'm not. Like, I'm very blessed to have this opportunity, because a lot of people don't have this opportunity. But I feel like it's also my duty as somebody who is coming here and living a different experience than I do day to day to tell y'all what's going on here and, like...
Be honest.
Huh?
And be honest.
Yeah, and be honest. Like, I don't want to romanticize anything, because I do romanticize a lot. But I don't want to romanticize anything for y'all to think that I'm, like, just living this perfect life overseas, when that's not that. Like... I also have to deal with challenges every day. Yeah.
I was sad a few months ago, and I was like, oh, I'll go to Spain and it'll be good.
Me too.
I'll get motivation to go back to school, so I'll have to do school in Spain. And then you go to Spain, and then guess what? You still have the same brain and chemical composition as you did
Literally.
wherever the fuck you were before.
Literally.
So you're still you still face the same challenges that
Just
make you
somewhere
sad.
else.
And you still face a lack of motivation for school, regardless of as to where the fuck you go.
Also, as far as school here, I want to say it's a little harder. I'm not gonna lie, because they actually take everything serious here, and I feel like in the United States we've gotten so used to bullshit and stuff. Like, we bullshit a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I bullshit a lot too. But here, they be on it. That bitch left because she was hungry. So it's just me and you for the rest of the table talk. Like, can we also talk about how makeup is better here? I got this blush. Y'all finna see how it looks on my face, but I got it here and it's so good. And I honestly, this was the most exciting part about moving to Europe, because I've always seen the UK girlies on the timeline and their makeup be flawless. Like, I have a video on my page trying to mimic a UK black girl, you know, trying to master their soft glam. It's just so hard, and I started to realize it's because the makeup quality in America sucks, and it's the makeup quality here that's way better. And it's a lot of things, even in the food and the makeup, that they put in America that they don't put in the makeup here, because it's not harmful to you, which is really weird, because it's like, what is America trying to do to us? Like, why? Even the food we eat, Fanta orange over here is not orange, it's yellow, because the dye that is used to dye Fanta orange in America is not allowed here. Let's really ponder on that. Let's think about that. Because they don't want to harm their people. For some reason, America would like to harm their people, and it's just weird. It's weird. And honestly, whenever I talk about America to anybody, even my professors, they be wanting to know the tea. And it's like, every time we describe what is our norms in America to people who live here or live in Europe full time, it's just so, it just feels like I'm describing a utopia in a society that people are puppeted. They're playing puppet with us. They're the playmasters and they're playing puppet with us. Like, it's so sad, this whole freedom of expression, freedom of whatever, freedom of blah, 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 that we have in America is really not freedom that we think of. Honestly, America has its pros and cons. It's some things over here that I couldn't imagine living with. And I feel like if I could think of some off dome, I could tell you. It's just a lot of pros and cons. But one thing that I did notice coming here is that the American passport holds so much weight, and it is so heavy in aspect of, like, they respect you more just because you have an American passport, and that's that. How you gonna invite me to your bathroom to do a video and then leave? Like, that's not very P. Or I wanted to do a confessional for my YouTube page, and like we'd go in like the bathroom and just talk, just like baddies or bad girls club or whatever. And I felt like that would be so fire, but it's still messy as hell. And of course, them bitches do not want to be messy in real time. Them bitches be messy when we be talking and when we be, you know, when we be in the tables and shit. They be messy, but they don't want to be messy on real time. They're not trying to make money, like, you know. Here she comes.
Wow, you started recording without me?
Yes, I started talking shit about you.
That's so rude.
I started saying how you gonna invite me and walk out. It's okay, you're back.
That's because you said you needed a break.
No, you said you needed a break.
Yeah,
I said
to get your lashes on.
I never do my lashes on camera, but here I am doing my lashes. I just feel like doing my lashes on camera just is so it's hard. I've been putting on lashes since I was in high school, but I still feel like I struggle with putting them on, and it's so annoying pinching in them and stuff. And it's so annoying going out and like having to worry if my inner corner or my outer corner is lifting. It's so annoying. I just rather get my lashes done, but we penny pinching right now. I got these off of Amazon. They're literally on my Amazon storefront, which the link should be in my bio. If y'all want to go look at these lashes, they're like $8 a pack, and it's like my go-to whenever I don't have lashes on. You see how it's just coming together, and now we go for the lip combo. And this is actually why I recorded this video, because I got a new lip marker here that I have never used in real timing. I used it the other night. When I say real timing, I mean like real life, like back home, and it stays all night. Let me show y'all. Lip liner fit perfect liner, Miss Cop. And I'm gonna show y'all how it just gives marker. Do y'all see that? It's a really good dupe for Fenty Hot Chocolate, but I want to say, dare I say, it's kind of better because it stays longer and it's not like a gloss. It's a liner just in marker form. Y'all see that? Perfect. And then what I do, I don't know how this turned into a makeup video, but y'all know I love makeup. So I love playing in makeup. I love just, you know, being a girl. Like, of course, I'm still telling y'all about how Spain is, but y'all gotta know. But yeah, overall, me being in Spain has been a great experience. I'm in my 2nd month now, so this might change. I kind of want to do like a series where like, this is my first video ever talking about Spain to y'all, and I kind of want to do a series as to like each month I'm here and tell y'all how I feel. But I kind of missed out on September already, but I guess this is like a September recap. So at the end of October, I'll do like an October recap, what I've learned, what I've like, you know, like adapted. But overall, it's just me living by myself in another country. Like, living by myself has been something that I've done since my freshman year of college. And although I've done it in my city, it's made me more like kind of comfortable being in my city, but it's still living alone at the end of the day. So I kind of feel like that's prepared me for where I am right now. And I be calling my friends at home and they be asking me like, how are you withstanding right now? And it's like, really, it's just God. Because being in a whole different country, I'm not that accessible to my parents. I'm not that accessible to my friends. I don't know nobody who live here. It's hard, but it also teaches you solidarity. And that's something that's very important as somebody who's like a growing adult, or just anybody in general, learning how to be by yourself and learning how to take care of yourself, not needing anybody else, because at some point in your life you're not going to have anybody to lean upon, and it's only going to be yourself. And I feel like this is like a really hard concept for a lot of people to grasp, because they just never gotten the opportunity to like be by themselves or just fend for themselves. And I mean, this might not have been the greatest thing, but I feel like my parents let a lot of opportunity for me to like just explore who I am by myself and just handle a lot of situations by myself. I don't know if that's just how I've always been as a person, just really independent. But yeah. So I'm just exerting that here, and yeah, it get hard. Like, I was literally sick for the first 2 weeks I was here, and it was like something serious. Like, my throat swelled up. It was just very bad. And if you heard her cough, I'm literally gonna insert her cough into my clip or into my video, but if you heard her cough, it's literally since we've been here. Like, the air quality is different, so we got sick as soon as we got here, and it didn't make it any better that we were drinking and like smoking and like clubbing and stuff like that. And you know, your immune system can only like withstand so much. So we're moving to a new country, and then we're clubbing and doing stuff like we always do at home. Whole time we're in a new country, we didn't get time to adapt to the atmosphere. It was just a lot. So we got sick. And during the time that I was sick, I want to say I got to meet my roommate even more, and I really like her. Like, she is such a godsend, and I feel like she's made it easier for me to like just be here in general. So she is a blessing, even though she walked out of my video. What about it? What about it? Like, this is how I set my face before I go out, because I don't want no shifty makeup throughout the day. And this is the Sephora spray fixture de maquillage. Maquillaje. That girl, trilingual. And then I lock it in with the NYX Dewy Finish. And then yeah. So now I'm going to add in this lifter gloss that I always use. I've used lifter gloss in the States, but this is a different shade that kind of gives like a clear. Just mix it with the pink lipstick as a base, and then put this on top for shine. If I can find my compact mirror, I will show y'all. So here's how it looks. I have to use it on a brush because I don't know where I got this. I probably got it from the beauty supply store. And tell me why there are no beauty supply stores here. Like, that's another thing. Being a black girl in Spain is very hard. There are no beauty supply stores here, and you gotta search for them if they are, because literally, like, their racism is so systematically instilled that a lot of like the black owned stores won't be on Google Maps. Like, it's never that serious. Let a bitch get her hair braided. I literally had to search for somebody to do my hair, and I'll show you my hair once I'm done with my makeup. It's just French braids, but it's very cute. I like it. And then we go in with the gloss. I should have started on with a lip plumper that I found here that is a very good dupe for Fenty Ice. I'll show y'all at the end. So this is how it should be looking. Well, you don't have to copy me, but this is just how I do me. And I'm gonna just go back in with the brown a little bit more. Just around the outsides. And then, yeah. I'm really doing it all right now. I'm telling y'all how Spain is. I'm freaking telling y'all how to do y'all lips and stuff. Like, Miss does it all. That's what's giving. Both clear lip glosses that I use here, and I got them here, and they were literally under their drugstore products. They're under €4. They're drugstore products, and they were really good. And my favorite part about it is the swatch. Look how much product is coming onto my skin. Like, that's the best thing that's happened to me since I've been here. The makeup is just so pretty. This is the finished look, guys. I said I was gonna show y'all my hair. This is my hair. Just some French braids, nothing crazy. Now I'm gonna get ready so we can go to get these damn drinks. But this is my face. Hey, you. Okay. Oh, that was good. Okay, guys. So this is the final look. I'm not gonna detail my outfit. My outfit details are gonna be in the description box. But thank you guys for watching. For those of you guys who stayed till the end of the video, let me know if you have any more questions about Spain, and her contact information will be in the description box below. Thank you once again for supporting my channel. You guys are the ones that keep me going. And I will see you on the next video. I do kisses at the end. Yeah.